Hi Nehal, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. So here we are on the second of our session about balanced diet. We are with Naila ma'am about the diet plans, and this is the second day about it. Yesterday we had a nice session regarding the basics of the diet and foods, the major and micronutrients of food, and we had a basic concept clearing concept yesterday. So today we will go forward with the uh, further detailing about how to plan a diet, what is the difference between a balanced diet and a normal diet, and so on. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nehal. So firstly, I'm gonna start with I hope everyone had a wonderful day so far. And right now we would be starting with the continuation of balanced meal. So yesterday we had understood the importance of each and every macro in a short form, okay, and also the importance and functions of these macros. So we had spoken about carbohydrates, protein, fat, fiber, and also we had spoken about the micronutrients, and I hope everyone's understood that. So today we would be talking about how to balance, how to balance your meals so that you are in charge of your own meals, okay, and you understand the concept of balancing your meals, okay. So we will be starting with this, and I hope everyone's here. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So we would be starting with this. So the first thing we would be, just hold on. Yeah. So going forward with the balanced meals. So wait, it's just a little frozen. Yeah, good. So we will be talking about the first thing, which would be food energy. So yesterday, कल हम लोगों ने बात किया था about how you're supposed to, not how, what all things gives you how much of food energy and what does each macro does. But today we would be talking about food energy. So what is food energy? Your body requires food energy to grow, move, think, create blood cells, and etc. The more energy you use, the more energy your body requires. This means that if at all you're actually, say about you're a person who has has a lot of physical activity throughout the day. So likewise, that person would require a good amount of energy as well. Okay, so this depends to person. If at all you're having a sedentary lifestyle, or less than sedentary a lifestyle, or quite intensive lifestyle, so that depends upon your routine and the calories as per it. The nutrients, carbohydrates, protein and lipids provide energy, but water, vitamins and minerals does not. So yesterday we had spoken about this, that carbs, protein, fat and fiber आपको energy देगा, but then vitamins, minerals and water won't be giving you energy, but it will help you for the breakdown procedure. The types of energy given to your body helps it to function efficiently. It also is proven that efficient diet plans help to keep the medical conditions away and help you to lead a healthier life. Okay, so this is where the balanced energy comes into picture. So it is proven, scientifically proven, that if at all your diet plans are properly managed and balanced, then automatically you can skip out on a lot of medical issues which can come to you in future. Okay, going forward is metabolism. So what is metabolism? So you must have heard this term a hundreds, maybe lakhs of time. People must be whining about the fact, yeah, the people must be whining about the fact that mera metabolism low hai or high hai or whatsoever. So what basically is metabolism? Once the food is taken in, it gets digested due to the acids and enzymes. I think someone's unmuted itself. Okay, thank you. So once the food is taken in, it gets digested due to the acids and enzymes present from our gastrointestinal tract. So gastrointestinal tract is nothing but from your mouth till your intestine. Okay, so this is the complete system is basically the GI tract. Okay, each macro breaks down at a different place, and hence, if there are some malfunction of organ or similar situation happens, we need to modify the diet plan as per it. Okay, so example, carbohydrates starts to break down in the mouth, protein usually in the stomach, and fat usually in the liver. So metabolism is basically nothing but the speed at which your calories gets utilized in your body for various activities, and hence it varies from person to person. So I'll give you a very common example is that I have, for example, I've bought a Maruti 800, okay, which is like a very minimal functional car. And for example, Nathal, if I'm correct with your name, the moderator who just was online with us, she actually bought a Mercedes. Okay, so with Mercedes, the utilization of calories or fuel is much more in Mercedes and in comparison to a Maruti 800. So this can define the speed at which the machine works and the fuel is taken in. That is how the fuel requirement of a car varies, the mileage, what we say. So the mileage over here is nothing but the metabolism in our human body. Okay, going forward, once the food starts to metabolize, the enzymes, micronutrients all help to get the nutrient absorbed in our body. So you've understood, like yesterday we were talking about, for example, vitamin D is responsible for calcium absorption. Water is responsible for making the nutrients travel in the body, and etc. Protein helps, fiber helps in the breakdown of protein, etc. All of these things happens hand in hand. So once the food starts to metabolize the enzymes, everything functions in a synergy. The absence of one micronutrient enzyme creates a slower metabolism, like I told you yesterday. Okay, just like how you work gets piled up or work gets delayed when you're on leave, is the same way in the human body as well. Hence it's important to understand the food habits and nutrition around it, which comes to the picture. So I hope I've made everyone understand over here that why the rate of metabolism and also the importance of balanced meal is there. So talking about balanced meals. So till now, I was making you understand the function of macros, why you're supposed to have the necessary macros or micros, and the function, and how does it work together, the biochemistry, the basic of biochemistry in your body. Okay, now we would be talking about balanced meal and how to balance them. So after this session, you would be able to self do it at your own place. So that would be good. So this is basically a working understanding of a vegetarian plate. Okay. So agar aap left mein dekhoge, so this is two portions. The plate is divided into four parts. Okay. So this is one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. So if you can see, there are two portions of vegetables and fruits. Okay. So you're supposed to have a good amount of vegetables and fruits throughout the day, जो आपको fiber and carbohydrates देगा. Okay. The second thing is that the grains. So if you can see the pasta, the rice, cereal, anything like say about, can be your oats porridge, for example. Okay. And then this is your bread. This actually gives you, all of these comes in the category of grains. So this will give you majorly carbohydrates. And then the other one, since it's a vegetarian understanding, over here I have placed in plant-based protein. So you can see seeds, you can see pulses, you can see kidney beans and etc. Cheese is also kept there, walnuts, almonds, and etc. So all of these things is there. So you can understand that in a plate, it's very important that you have two servings of vegetables. Okay. And then it goes one serving of grain. It can be roti, rice, can be broken wheat, dalia jisko kehte hain, or it can also be oats. The third thing which is very very important is that the protein intake. So protein intake aapko milega with milk or milk products, with dal, paneer, if at all a sabzi is made out of paneer, that would be a protein source. Then milk and milk products, kidney, chole ho gaye, rajma ho gaya, all of these things have good amount of protein, so these can be done. The essential thing next to it, this is like the most essential part. Uske alawa aapke diet mein kya hona chahiye? Okay, so when we talk about calcium, okay, we will talk about buttermilk, curd or milk. Then there's another aspect which is called the fats, but then hamare khane mein, in Indian cooking style, oil is already incorporated while cooking meals, so it is inculcated, so don't worry about it. And vitamin B12 and D. So these are the essential things what you need to have on the plate. So if we don't even see the calcium, fat and vitamin B12, if instance we are not seeing it, still the plate should be having four things, which is very important, which is having vegetables, a cooked form of vegetable, that is your sabzi, and the uncooked or sauteed form of vegetable, that is your salad. One source of carbohydrate, that would be a source of carbohydrate and fiber. The other source is grains, जो आपको for example pasta से मिल जाएगा, या roti से मिल जाएगा, या rice से मिल जाएगा. All of these things have good amount of carbs. Okay, the other thing which is very important is protein, so make sure that your plate has good amount of protein as well. So balanced meal, the appropriate amount of carbs, protein, fat, and fiber needed by your body in each meal. What is basically balanced meal? It is the appropriate amount of carbs, protein, fat, and fiber. Each meal helps your body to function better. Balanced meals helps to increase your metabolism, of course, because as we understood in the other slides, that if at all everyone is doing their job properly, like for example, carbohydrates apna kaam kar raha hai, protein apna kaam kar raha hai, so everything will help you to have a better functioning of your body. Just understand that if at all, for example, when you open your wristwatch, okay, when you open your wristwatch and something is not functioning properly, the screws don't function that well. The same goes in our body. Okay, balanced glucose release in your body, and also it won't be you won't be deficient on any of the macros. Okay, so I'll give you another one thing which is not added in this slide, is that whenever you have food, your body releases an amount of glucose. Okay, and if at all you have balanced amount of energy and balanced amount of carbs, protein, fat and fiber, then jo glucose release hota hai aapki body mein every time when you have food, that will also be balanced. So there won't be too much of glucose in your routine, okay, or too less, jo hypoglycemia jisko kehte hain, you won't be having any blackouts or fainting episodes, but you'll be having sufficient amount of energy and glucose for you to run throughout the day. So Abhi, for example, if we think that you're following a diet, you have read online that there is an amazing diet which will make you lose in extensive amount of weight, and you're following it. Okay, so आपकी body में होता क्या है, that when you minus one macro from the diet or meal, you tend to pause or slow down the body function which that macro is responsible for. This means that the minor activities in your body like absorption and assimilation can be compromised. Hence, it's important for balanced meal. लेकिन during these diets, जैसे मैंने कहा कि if you're following a diet, then during these situations, of course, carbs के absence में usually such fat diets, they are asked you not to have carbs at all. So in the absence of carbohydrate, protein does not do its job, and then he would be doing carbohydrates job. So then protein की responsibility जो है wear and tear, maintaining a muscle growth, maintaining your bone structure, healing your body and etc. So many काम जो उसके है, that person, protein won't be doing that. So that is why there's a compromised understanding in your body, and which will make you lose weight definitely, but from when you'll start following a proper meal, that's when you actually would gain the double. So coming to fat diets, so there are a whole different types of fat diets what are available or found on the internet and which claims for instant weight loss majorly. So these fat diets usually are around the concept of making a person lose weight. So have you heard ke diabetes ka fat diet hai? No, you will never hear this. They would be only and only about weight loss. Okay, but they don't mention the prolonged issues with the diet. So I have heard since I'm counseling online, I have heard a lot of people who complain that yes, I was on a keto diet, but then later I had really bad cholesterol levels, so I had to give everything up. Or say for example, a person who's on high protein diet, less carbohydrates, that person is not able to defecate that well. He's not able to digest carbohydrates later. There's so many issues when a person follows a fat diet. Okay, so intake of such fat diets makes your organ force energy from the other available options like protein and fat. Diets like keto and paleo focus on the intake of one or two macros only, which makes it difficult for the body to digest food later and cause metabolic disorders. So there are also chances that if at all you're on a fat diet for a very long time, you increase stress on your pancreas and there is an extensive amount of insulin in your blood, which can cause you insulin resistance and which can make you a diabetic in future. So please make sure that if at all you want to lead a healthier life, okay, and avoid all of these issues in future, make sure that you're having a balanced meal. Okay, what is the right way to eat? So abhi for example, आप खाना खाने बैठ रहे हो तो everyone has a plate, so take a medium sized plate. The importance of medium sized plate is that I'll explain you in the end, but take a medium sized plate. So make sure your plate has all four macros. जैसा मैंने आपको कहा कि your plate should be having a source of carbohydrates, that is chapati or rice. Then sabzi ho jayegi, which will give you fiber and carbs again. फिर बाद में fiber majorly vegetables and fiber का since दो serving है, so make sure that you have good amount of vegetable cooked and uncooked as salad. After that, if you're a vegetarian, you can have dal, sprouts, dahi, raita. Or if you're a non-vegetarian, you can have any of the non-vegetarian options. Okay, and then fat का intake आपकी diet में तो already fat incorporated रहेगा. Okay, so vegetables, like I explained you, vegetables should be cooked, stir fried. That will also provide fiber. Okay, so additional points, vegetable has to be 2 major portions because major vitamins and minerals आपको vegetables के through ही मिलते हैं. So now coming to the first point, that मैंने आपको कहा कि medium size plate क्यों लेना चाहिए. So psychologically, if at all you are eating in a very big plate, okay, आप खाते हो 2 चपाती फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप कुछ भी करोगे तो आप 2 चपाती ही खाओगे, लेकिन इफ यू आर टेकिंग दोस 2 chapatis in a medium sized plate and putting in the vegetable and sabzi, dal वगैरह जो भी आप ले रहे हो, psychologically you'll feel that you're taking enough. But if you're having a very big plate and you're putting 2 chapatis, कोने में आपने थोड़ी सी सब्जी रख ली, salad रख लिया, so psychologically you will definitely feel that you're not eating enough and your body will make you eat more. So make sure that you're having a medium sized plate and not a very big sized plate. Okay, so once we have the right nutrients in a balanced way, each macro will work as per its function. Like for example, carbs will take care of energy release, protein will take care of the wear and tear of the muscles, fat will be taking care of the internal organs, water will help the nutrients to travel and get absorbed, vitamins and minerals will help you to break down and break down and absorption of each and every macro. So all of these things will work in a very good synergy if at all you're having balanced meals. Okay, so it is very important that you focus on these things. So when we have a balanced meal, the body maintained itself and have no additional nutraceuticals. So what generally happens, अगर आपने balanced meal लेना start किया है तो होता क्या है कि body is self capable of maintaining itself and you additionally don't require these nutraceuticals of multivitamins, multi minerals लेने की आपको जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. By now, you must have understood that food itself have a lot of nutrients, and an additional requirement of supplement is not needed till the time you're deficient on it. So even after following a balanced diet, there are chances that you can get deficient in a particular nutrient. Okay, because not in everything doesn't get absorbed in your bodies, just a percentage of it gets absorbed. So sometimes it is important, but make sure that you're doing a proper blood work so that you understand. If at all you're deficient, you can meet your general physician and he can help you out with it. Hence, when we make sure your plate has all the 4 macros in each meal, the chances of being deficient is very less. Okay. So benefits of balanced diet. So of course, in balanced diet, since your metabolism is increased, you have you have weight loss, or you maintain your weight, reduced cancer risk, because your absorption, assimilation, everything works functions properly. So there's a reduced risk of cancer. Your sugar levels are maintained. Your heart health is better. Health for the next generation. So like for example, my parents, my father is a diabetic, but my grandfather wasn't, or grandmother wasn't. So right now I'm at actually a very high risk that I can be a diabetic, but then I can make sure that I don't have diabetes with all of this knowledge, like having balanced meal, making sure that I do good physical activity, making sure that I don't have a lot of stress. All of these things are very important. So this will make sure that my children don't have diabetes, or at least that scare what I have won't be there for them. So make sure that it is in your hand actually to make the next generation quite healthy. So incorporate all of these things. If you have a child home, make sure that you incorporate balanced meal for yourself and for your child as well, so that he or she understands the importance of it from childhood itself. Stronger bones and teeth, better mood, and improved memory. So usually people say कि badam khana chahiye memory ke liye, but no, balanced. When you have balanced meal, everything functions very well, and of course you'll have an improved immunity and a memory. And this is just a gist of one a few benefits, but then there is much more to it. So I actually have a task. Okay, so I have set a few examples. Okay, and this is a quite interactive session now, so I hope everyone's understood everything properly. So I have a set of 4 to 5, I think, plates, and I would want you to what do I say, I would want you to explain me or pinpoint why is this meal not balanced and how can you balance it. Okay, so I hope everyone's ready. So going forward. So Neelam had this plate, okay, and do you think that it is balanced or not? So could you just let me know on the messages? I'm actually not able to see messages. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Ma'am, there are messages in the chat box.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the chat box only. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, many people are saying no because they are carbs too much. It's not balanced, ma'am, says Ritu Shivani. No protein source here and fibers are very less. Azuma says fresh fruits and vegetables are missing. Micros are sacrificed here. Pooja Mota says no protein.
Okay, just hold on. I'll take you that slide. I'm really sorry. Okay, so okay, so what you've all mentioned is actually correct, that this plate is not balanced. That is right. But then how would you balance it? Would be another question. Too much of carbohydrates, yes. But then how to balance it would be another question. So how would you do that? Okay, so Anuja says fruits. No, okay. Dal or curd by adding salads, dal sprouts. Okay. Okay, that's very good, Nehal. You pinpointed one thing which not many haven't by adding alkaline diet. No, I'm just talking about what all things you need to add, not the name of the diet. Okay, so I'm gonna actually tell you about it. So if you can see the plate, it has kareli ki sabzi and few chapatis. So what happens over here is that जैसे मैंने आपको कहा था कि you need to have 4 macros on your plate, but this plate has only 2. Okay, so अभी हम उसको balance कैसे करेंगे? Since probably Neelam is a vegetarian person, so we would be incorporating a second source of a vegetable, that is salad. Okay. The other thing what we will incorporate is either a raita or curd, या आपने एक bowl of dal ले लिया. And yes, as someone had mentioned very well, that we can incorporate a glass of water as well. So काफी balance हो जाएगा when we incorporate all of these things. Okay, so I hope I have made everyone clear on this. Second, this plate is of Sujata. Okay, Sujata had this for dinner, and is it balanced? So what do you think? Is it balanced or not? So Nehal says that it is balanced. Kirti also. Oh yeah, now I can see the messages. Good. Okay. So Mansa, Azuma, everyone says that it is balanced. So if someone can unmute themselves and explain me why is it balanced, so then everyone can understand it. So it can be anyone. So Anuja, your question about water, I'll get back to it. This is a very important question what you have asked. So I'll definitely reply to you about it. Okay, so since no one has unmuted themselves, I'll explain you about it. Okay, is there someone coming in?
Ma'am, shall I?
Hello? Yes, who's this?
Nehal.
Hi, Nehal. Yes, tell me. Why is this meal
So
balanced?
because we are having protein sources, curd, carbs as
Hmm.
well, and
Hmm.
even the fats are there in small quantities though, because in tadka we use it.
Hmm.
Also salad is present, so I guess it covers it. But yes, the water, as you said, is missing here.
Correct. So, yeah, you've rightly said, and thank you, for volunteering and mentioning why is it balanced. So I'm really happy that you've understood it. So about the water. So Anuja has a question that water should never be taken with food. So I would say that you're supposed to have water before taking in food. Okay, because what happens is that if at all you're having water after your meals, your nutrients actually get a lot of get diluted, and it gets very difficult for your bloodstream to actually absorb the nutrients which are freshly available due to the meal. So make sure that you're having water before the food intake, so that you're well hydrated, and it will help your body to actually have good hydration level to for better absorption. But if you have it after your meal, then automatically आपके nutrients dilute हो जाएंगे body में, and it will get difficult for your body to identify where and what it is, and वो थोड़ा delay हो जाएगा. Okay, next plate. Okay, I'm so sorry. Just hold on. The same mistake happened again. So in the next photograph, we actually have a boy, okay, whose mother has helped him with a snack, okay, and he's completed that snack. So what do you think? Is that snack balanced or not? Yes, I'll tell you about the gap as well, Anuja and Abhishek. I'll definitely let you know. Nehal says that it is balanced. Anuja also. Uh, okay, so majority of you have said balanced. So I'm a little curious here. Why do you think that it is balanced? We can have say about Darshini or Azuma or Anuja to reply this if at all you're comfortable with it, or you can message on the group as well.
Ma'am, we did not like add fruits in our meal. In the like meals that we are having, the 3 portions, so we can have it in the snack time so that we can replenish the minerals and the vitamins that are provided by the fruits.
Yes, that is correct. The reason of having fruits for snack is proper, but this is still not balanced. Okay, so like I was explaining from start, is that if at all you're having every meal is balanced of yours with protein, fiber, and carbs, then automatically things function very well. Okay, so over here, this boy is having just an apple. Okay, you're not he's just having a source of carbohydrates and fiber. Lekin protein is missed out, right? So, uh, who was the person who just came online right now? Azuma, right?
And it was Anuja.
Okay, Anuja, yes. So, like Anuja said rightly, that yes, of course, you cannot have fruits along with your major meals, lunch and dinner. तो लेकिन ये meal आपका balance नहीं है, because that this boy is just having fruits. He is not having a source of protein. तो इसको balance करने के लिए आप क्या कर सकते हो फिर? This is a very common mistake what many of us do. That snacks में हमारे protein नहीं होता है. So, you can make sure that your kid or you have a proper amount of, what do you say, protein as well. So, yes, Abhishek, this is a good option. Apple milkshake is a good idea. So, for this boy, it will get very easy for him to have it as well. What else? What we can do? With this apple? Yes, peanut butter and apple sticks. Yes, this is also a very good idea. So peanut butter will provide you the missing protein and fat. Let's have one more option. We can brainstorm. But according to food combination rule, we don't generally give fruit with milk. So these, Shivani, few fruits are alkaline and few fruits do not go well with milk. So we need to understand these fruit types, and then definitely we can incorporate it together. For example, strawberry milkshake, people love it a lot, but strawberry does not go well with milk. So that is why we're supposed to give it in a yogurt form. So that's how it is. So the third option, what we can do is that हमने अपने child को apple दिया, but then we can have some amount of dry fruits also along with it. So 2 walnuts दे दिए हमने इसको साथ में. So he'll have an apple and also few walnuts or almonds or whatever you have home. So this is how you can balance your snack. And also a very, very important thing is that you generally require 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per gram, per kg, sorry, per kg of your weight. So it is, if at all we skip out on snack, it will get very difficult for your body, for you to have sufficient amount of protein which is required by you. So it is very important that you have protein in your snacks. Okay. So we are going towards the next slide. Yes, good. Thank God. So what about this? Is this snack? This looks like a tiffin box, what someone has prepared. Okay, so ये tiffin box में I can see almonds, I can see a stick of cheese, I can see vegetables, I can see fruit, and probably this is curd or yogurt. So what do you think? Is this balanced or not? Yes, so Kirti says yes. Yes, Anuja, I'll get back to your questions for sure. Is banana and good with milk? Yes, Abhishek, banana and milk goes very well. Okay, so few of us says that it is balanced, and few of us says it's not balanced because it doesn't have the appropriate amount of carbs in it. So yes, it does not have appropriate amount of carbs into it. If we see properly, there is no source of grains into it. So we can definitely incorporate a source of grain. If we consider this yogurt to be something of an oats porridge, probably it is balanced, but then this is curd. So this is slightly imbalanced, not entirely, because that person has made sure about all the other macros and all the other things. So this is slightly imbalanced, but then yes, it's not entirely balanced. And carbs to आपको vegetables से भी मिलते हैं, but then yes, of course, the grain is missing out. Okay, so going back to the question, what Anuja had, that what fruits go with one another and curd. So if a fruit is a little sour or a little tangy, it goes well with curd. Okay. जैसे for example एक common understanding है कि दूध फट जाएगा. Okay, so if at all you have to club fruits which are alkaline, which will help the milk not to curdle. Okay, that can be clubbed together. So an apple milkshake, a banana milkshake, a mango milkshake. Sometimes if the mango is not too sour, you can use that definitely. So all of these things is good. And also the quantity of the fruit is also important. Like for example, I generally, if I'm in a hurry, I generally have a milk, dry fruit, oats milkshake in the morning, which is very easy to make. So apple goes very well with milk, and you can add dry fruits for your protein, oats for the grain, okay, and milk of course for another source of protein. So all of this thing is a very good combination breakfast. Okay, so I hope everyone is cleared about the concept of how to balance meal, okay, and what is the importance of it. So this is it, and we can have questions right now. If at all you have any questions, do let me know about it so that I can explain you about that as well.
Ma'am, can we add honey to milk?
Yes,
Is
definitely.
that correct? In a smoothie, is it fine?
Yes, definitely, it is completely fine. So see, the major confusion happens is that yes, definitely honey is a better ingredient than sugar, because honey gives you a lot of other nutrients as well. So you can definitely incorporate honey. That's not a problem. Do we have questions on the messages?
We have a person raised his hand, so you may unmute or ask in the chat box.
Correct. So I have a question from Azuma. Can you tell us more about plant-based milk and which is better amongst them? So there's a huge range of plant-based milk. You can find rice milk, oats milk, wheat milk, hazelnut milk, walnut milk, almond milk. There's so many milks available in the market, but sometimes it gets very expensive for a person. So you can definitely try to make it home, I would say. So which is much more better? So biologically, if I would say, it has lesser amount of carbs. Yes, of course, the nutrients is slightly lesser than a cow's milk. But then nutrient wise, dry fruit milk is much more better than a grain milk. Okay, so you can have hazelnut milk or almond milk on a regular basis if you want to skip on having the cow's milk or a buffalo milk altogether. So you can do that. You can have soya milk also, but females, just make sure that you have your cycles checked and etc. If at all you have any medical issues with your cycles or hormones, make sure that you're not having soya milk, okay, because it boosts up the estrogen. So make sure that you're having other sources of milk that can be done. So since I don't stay in India, so we have a whole new variety of milks over here. So I even get oats milk and rice milk at times. The taste is slightly sweeter than the regular milk, but then I generally find almond milk, hazelnut milk, and oats milk to be much more nutritious than in comparison to any other milk. Okay, Padmavati says, can't we add honey in boiling? Okay, so honey actually has a boiling point. So if we add honey in boiling water, then there is a distortion in it. So it is not advised. So we are advised to remove the kada, and then jab aap pee rahe ho, add in honey, mix it, and then drink it. Okay. Coconut milk is also a great option, right? So coconut milk, if you're watching your weight, coconut milk gets a little heavy. Okay, so you can dilute it with other milk or water that is there, but you can definitely have coconut milk. That is also a good option. Could you please tell us about mixing boiled food and raw food? So I did not get your question. So are you saying that is it okay to mix boiled food and raw food, or what? I'm not able to get that question. So you can just explain me a little, Majani. I'm so sorry if I spell your name incorrectly. No, it's not so. Like, it depends to person. So if at all a person has a very bad gut health, okay, then it gets very difficult for that person to not to digest raw vegetable and also cooked vegetable. So that is why it's advised that you cook everything and then give it to that person. So if a person is comfortable having raw vegetables mixed with the cooked vegetables, like some salads have this combination, you can definitely do that. But it all depends upon the person's intestines capacity or guts capacity on how it will respond. So you can definitely incorporate the boiled food with raw food. It is completely fine, but make sure that you're having a check on the person whom you're giving it to. So there are a lot of myths actually around this, is that you're not supposed to give it. Like, for example, it depends to person to person. So whenever you're planning a diet or making an information available to a person on such a forum, make sure that you're explaining that it depends to person, so that it's very, very clear. So, okay, so we have also heard about ancient texts describing about taking water or any liquid during meals. So should we take water or buttermilk or any liquid along with food? So so yes, there are a lot of written manuscripts about this on how to have water during your meals. But then after scientific advancement, it was understood that since water dilutes a lot of nutrients, whatever you take in, so whenever you have water after your meals, it gets a little difficult for your body to absorb your nutrients. I wouldn't say that completely nahi hota hai, aise nahi hota hai, lekin it gets a little difficult. Okay, so that is like one thing. So there's a lot of ancient manuscripts saying that water was taken before meals, which helped a person to not to choke on any food and etc. So this also is present. So you can go through these. So you can definitely have buttermilk, but during your meals, agar aapko necessary hai, तो you can definitely have during your meals. But then after your meals, you're not supposed to have for sure. So, and I would suggest that before your meals is much more better, but after your meal, it gets a little difficult.
Well, I also have a question.
Yes.
So I was asking about the culps that we have in naturopathy, single food mono diet types. So do you suggest it or should we avoid it on more precise way? Just enlighten.
You can actually have such diets for only a specific amount of time, I would advise you. Like for example, when I say mono diet, when a person comes to you with a concern of um, having a lot of stubborn fat or making the gut work properly, for such people you can give mono diet for a particular time, like for example 7 days, or less than 7 days, maximum being 7 days. That's when the body has that shock which is needed for the body to function well. So use mono diet as a plateau breaking or a shock diet only, but don't make that person be only on mono diet for a very long time, is what I'll advise you. I always use mono diet as a shock, and it works very well because it allows your body to have that shock, break the plateau, and also function better later.
Thank, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. So Kirti is asking about B12 is generally vitamin B12 is generally available in non-vegetarian food. So what about the vegetarian options? So I think yesterday someone had asked this question also. So there are a lot of fortified food fortified with B12 is available in the market. And in fact, this year, the Indian government has done a great deal of fortification plans and camps and have collaborated with a lot of food companies for the fortification. So unfortunately, vegetarian people are dependent upon fortified B12 products. So, you can have these, or you can have good amount of dark green leafy vegetables. But of course, dark green leafy vegetables are not available throughout the day. So you can have fortified milk products, which has B12. Okay. Abhishek says that there is a controversy of plant-based milks. Amul and company say that they shouldn't be called milk because the nutrient provided is not the same as milk by animals. What are your opinions for this matter? So this is my understanding for it, that every corporate functions on the basis of their profits. Okay, so if at all, of course, if there is a scientific advancement, and for example, if I am the owner of Amul, and of course our forefathers were always dependent upon milk from cows or buffaloes. Okay, so my company had a very good profit and etc. But then the new generation has all of a sudden stopped taking Amul and दूसरा कोई milk ले रहे हैं, plant-based milk ले रहे हैं. Then of course my profit margins have compromised. So this happens with corporate companies, that they can come up with things stating that, it is not as same as cow's milk. So I would give you a heads up on this as well, is that there are a lot of hormones also what we have when we have a cow's milk. Okay, because milk is generated, milking a cow or milking a human also, it is generated after a hormonal change in your body. So in a way, we are actually having those hormones as well, which the cow, hormonal changes what the cow goes through, and that's how we have milk. So, all of this is basically a two-sided coin, both the sides are right. So I would suggest that if at all, you have, you want to go on a plant-based milk diet, you can definitely have it. And yes, of course, it has slightly less nutrients than a regular cow milk, but definitely no hormones from what we generally get from cows. Okay, so that is like one thing. Secondly is that you can of course have fortified milks available. Even the plant-based milk are fortified nowadays, so you can take those. So this is basically all. I think that it's a more of a corporate agenda for them, which has come up. So make sure that you do, you understand things properly, and don't go towards these corporate controversies, and make the right decision as per it, I would suggest.
Ma'am, as you just discussed a little time ago, that diabetes के लिए कोई diet chart आपको online नहीं मिलेगा, even if you're going for a weight loss, right? There are only general weight loss plans. So, ma'am, what is a balanced diet for a healthy person, for a diabetic person, and for a arthritis person? Like, what are the specific changes that have to be made to, like get the balanced diet and to stay healthy?
Okay, so basically, firstly, weight loss diet and diabetic diet or an arthritic diet is actually not the same. Okay, so that is very important. So balanced diet में जैसा मैंने आपको basically आज जो पढ़ाया है, it is how to maintain a balanced diet, and your carb calculation, your protein calculation will definitely depend upon that person's routine. तो उसके हिसाब से आप weight loss diet बना सकते हो with balanced nutrient, जैसे मैंने आपको आज explain किया है. The second thing goes, when you're calculating it for a diabetic person, make sure that you're having your glycemic index. If you're aware about the low and high glycemic index food, then you're supposed to calculate the nutrients and incorporate it as per it only. So depends upon the person's sugar level. Is he type 2 or type 1 diabetic? Is he on insulin? उनकी sugar level क्या है? उनका post and pre कैसे हो रहा है? It depends. I won't be able to justify and give you like ये तो डालो ही. It won't be like that, because I'm a diabetic educator, and even husband wife being a diabetic, both have different diet needs. So I cannot give you a important thing on it, but make sure that you're understanding the importance of glycemic food index and incorporating as per it only. So that is very important. So I would ask you that if at all you're planning a diabetic diet, then it is a threefold plan. So make sure that you're following all the instructions properly. So I won't be able to give you a proper advice on this. That's the problem, because that's there. We won't be able to give you कि आपको ये incorporate करना ही है वैसे. So Nehal says that please throw some light on the difference of naturopathic diet and a balanced diet. So अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो naturopathic diet and balanced diet goes hand in hand, but then we need to understand that naturopath is a science which deals with natural things, okay, and which will not allow you a lot of fortifications and etc. And balanced diet is whatever is available, we need to balance it as per it only. So, but then you have to draw a line in between and understand that which is okay and which is not okay. So that is there. So that is the major difference with it. I would suggest that a naturopath diet and balanced diet. But since you are students, I'm assuming that all of you are students. So when you actually go in the practical term and make diet plans for people, you cannot sit back and think that I have to make a naturopathic diet, or I have to make I have to follow this schedule only, because it actually depends upon the person's lifestyle, what you're making a diet plan for. So that plays an important role. So make sure that your understanding for naturopathic diet is clear, okay, and take in the majority things from the naturopathic diet and then balance it up also. So that's what how I'll advise you. Because बहुत सारी diets naturopathic नहीं होती है, but then it gives benefit to the client as well. So that's what actually happens. And yes, one thing what I'll advise you for the question what had come from Anuja about कौन सी चीजें डालनी चाहिए for a diabetic diet, is that make sure that you take care of the fact that insulin absorbing food आपको incorporate करना चाहिए diabetic diet में. Like for example, flaxseed हो गया, broken wheat हो गया. All of these things are very good to maintain your insulin levels in your body. So make sure that you're giving that patient of yours 2 to 3 servings of broken wheat in a week, so that it helps that person to reduce the insulin level. So that's like one thing. Flaxseed, pumpkin seed, sesame seed, all of these seeds are actually good in omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, which also helps in reducing sugar. That is also like one thing. And also making sure that that person is not having too much of simple carbs, having good amount of complex carbs, compound bhi de sakte ho aap. So that is how you can go ahead with it. So I hope I've cleared everyone's questions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, because you cleared so many doubts from almost every student. I don't think any doubt is left out. Also, you pinpointed some small tips and the most left out points, like why there is bounce back of weight that you mentioned. Also, like you said right now about diabetic diet. So thank you for that. And also we look forward for the next session that will be held soon. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow. And we will be winding up with tomorrow's session. And I've hoped I've cleared everyone's doubt. Thank you so much.